So yes, we all know that you're responsible for the first save, but I'm telling you that you're never going to earn the trust of your coaches and teammates if you can't come up with that second save or third save fairly consistently as well. Am I right? It's Maria here from GoalieTrainingPro.com. I am an exercise physiologist. I specialize in off-ice training for goalies. So what that means is I basically help you win more games with fewer injuries. So now I'm going to give you those 3 exercises that help you get to that first save, second save, you know the rest of the drill, with control, calmness, consistency, sort of like a Carey Price out there in the blue paint. Before we get started, I just want to tell you this is all assuming that you have the mobility that you can move. Because if you can't move like a goalie needs to move, it doesn't matter the stability you have or the speed or the strength that you have, because you're not going to be able to get your body into the positions you need to be to make a save. So if that is your biggest issue, you can keep watching this video just to see what you're going to work on down the road. But do yourself a favor and head right over to download the Butterfly Challenge. It's a 14-day flexibility program for goalies. I will put a link somewhere in the comments or in the description or wherever. It's free, so you can just go grab that, check it out. And now let's get to your 3 exercises. The first one is, I just call it a shoulder turn. I don't know really what to call it, but like almost anything in sport or even when you're building a house, the foundation is the key. The foundation movement in the crease is the key. And you hear your goalie coaches tell you all the time, what should lead the movement is your shoulders and your head. That sets your body up to get where it needs to be, to move in the right direction, and then to be stable and controlled when you get there. So let's take a closer look at how we can work on getting the sense of that shoulder turn. So I have a 1/2-inch super band, which is really just a big elastic band here. It's kind of the lightest resistance that you can get, and I don't want you using super heavy resistance for this, because when you're on the ice, it's not a super heavy resistance you're pushing. You've got your gear on, and we want to add a little resistance just to give you something to feel and something to push against, but going heavy doesn't help. So if I'm facing you here, I'm reaching my outside arm up and through. I'm hooking that band on the back of my shoulder and then coming around and trying not to let my microphone get taken out. So from here, I can start by just staying tall in my hips, getting that little forward lean, and then going through my motion and thinking about and actually feeling, I feel that I'm using my abdominal muscles to rotate around. I feel them kick in. I'll pause here, and actually I can even feel them with my hands. I can also pay attention to, hey, when I do that rotation, am I diving for it, or am I really just getting that nice spin as I go? From there, we can add a little sauce to it. So from here, it would be, the movement would be, I might start with a little less resistance, stay tall in my hips, and then come around and bring that foot up even. So leading with my shoulders and my head. So there goes the play, boom, and then get that foot up. When I get that foot up too, it requires a little bit more balance and stability, because remember, this thing is really pulling me in that direction. So we can start off just by working that shoulder turn and paying attention to what muscles we're using. Then we can work on making it a little more dynamic, tying in the foot like we're going to push, and then having to establish our balance. So that's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is learning to grade your pushes. So not every single push is going to be as big a push as you can. If I push with all my might, well then either I'm going to way overshoot the puck, or then I need to put like a lot of energy in to decelerate myself to stop exactly where I want to be. Whereas if I had that quick powerful push, that could get me exactly where I need to be or very close, so that I'm not wasting a whole bunch of energy just, you know, spraying up snow as I decelerate. I think of it in terms of that Bruce Lee 1-inch punch idea, that he was so powerful he could knock a man over with just, you know, without having to wind up, but just with a 1-inch punch. And that's what I think is key for a goalie's quickness on the ice. So sometimes I'll even set out a cone, you know, 1 cone here, 1 cone there, 1 cone there, so I can work on grading it. But we're going to go with an easy, a medium, and a hard push. So there's going to be my easy push, boom, back. And then I'm always coming back like I'm ready to make a save. I don't want it to get sort of like you're dancing. I always want it to be really precise and as if there's a save anytime I stop moving. So this will be my medium push, rotating shoulders and head first, boom, ready for a save, back again. And then this will be my big push, shoulders and head first, ready for a save, and this is really pulling me back, so I have to be stable, and then coming back to my ready stance and my ready position. Let me show you just how I have this hooked up. Coming closer. So this is just my resistance band. Again, I have it wrapped around the power rack so it's not going to go anywhere. Then I just made this belt. I'm sure you could buy belts, but I went to like a camping store. It's called Mountain Equipment Co-op, and I just bought like some webbing that's like a seat belt. I got the Fastex buckles, and then I can use that. So now that pull is at my hips where I really want it to be. Sometimes we'll move and I'll hold the handles in my hand if I'm really trying to engage my torso more. In this case, it's all about what my legs are doing. So I don't want to be getting pulled in my torso. I want to be nice and stable there and just pushing with my legs against this resistance. So pretty simple little setup that probably cost me about $6 to make. How often do you move into or out of your RVH in your glove or blocker or stick? Or, you know, isn't where it should be, where you need it to be. It happens to me like every single time, pretty much. So that's what we're going to work on here. Arriving where we need to be, but control being the key word, being aware, hey, where's our glove, where's our blocker, and it lets us practice. It also lets us practice getting into and out of, which is a bit of an awkward position for lots of us, without the wear and tear of smashing down into that position overall, or over and over again. Those positions are really hard, I don't need to tell you, on your hip, your knee, and your ankle, and the last thing we want to do off the ice is just do more and more of that with adding more wear and tear. So I'm back in the super band land again. This is a thicker one. This is probably an inch and a half super band because I'm trying to take off some of the load. I've got my knee pads on again. I've got this attached right around sort of my hips. I'm going to wear my glove and my blocker for this one because I really want to pay attention to where I'm ending up. So if we're here, you know, maybe we're moving across the net, so they have, you know, the puck is behind the net. I'm going to come across, and then I'm going to come down into my RVH on the stick side. Well, one of the things I do is I tend to put my stick way out here. So I'm going to focus on getting my stick closer to my skate, getting my weight over there, having my glove in a good position, and then if the puck goes outside a bit, then I'm gonna, not talking to you, Siri, so never mind. Then I'm gonna come up thinking of getting my elbow inside the post and my blocker nice and square to the shooter. Then I can come out of that position as well by putting some pressure on this leg, but also pushing up from this leg. So again, if I'm here, say the puck's behind the net, I watch, I come down, I get that. Now it's gone outside. I can practice that position being there nice and balanced with everything facing the shooter. We can also do it the other way to the glove side. Sorry for the bum shot here. But one of the things that I do on the glove side is I get my glove down really almost as low as my stick, when really I should have it on top of my pad. So let's say here, puck's behind the net, I'm watching. Now I'm coming down, I'm getting that stick in close, and my glove is up where it should be. So if we do that again, let's say puck's behind the net, I follow, come down. See, I did it. I put my glove down here on my stick. I want it to be up so it would be on top of my pad, and then I'm looking to see where the puck would be coming from. So don't forget, you have to use this resistance band. Off-ice goalie training isn't just smashing into those same patterns that cause so much wear and tear on your hips. It's about finding a way, hey, how can I work on some of these qualities without causing the same trauma? How can I practice those movement patterns without adding so much wear and tear? This is a great one to work on your positioning when you're going into and coming out of the RVH. So think of what you do as sort of a common mistake. Those were a few of mine. And go through deliberately practicing when you get in that position. Look and see, hey, where should you be? Where are you? It will translate onto the ice. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I will catch you, or a double tap. Yeah, that's better. Double tap, and I will see you next time.